Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. Today I will be making Italian sausage soup. It is that season, winter is approaching, and what is better than warm, hearty, full of vegetables and of course protein, homemade soup. This soup will have some mushrooms, bell peppers, fire roasted tomatoes, have lots of veggies in. Italian sausage soup today. Welcome to my kitchen and thank you for watching. Ingredients for today: mushrooms, carrots, celery stick, bell peppers, garlic cloves, Italian sausage, onion, orzo, fire roasted tomatoes with chilies, beans, vegetable broth, chicken broth, beef broth, whatever broth you like, spinach, and as far as spices, thyme, Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, soy sauce, pinch of cayenne, and what I like is chili crunch that gives me that extra level of spiciness. And this is what I need for the soup today. Okay. I will start with sauteing the onions. I have two pans. On the other pan, I will roast my carrots and celery sticks. Roasting the carrots, roasting the veggies brings another level of flavor. They are sweet naturally. Roasting them brings that natural sweetness. So your soup will have more depth to it. While this is roasting, I can get the garlic ready. So couple cloves I will just smash. That will open up more flavor of the garlic, smashing it. And this will go into the pot with that broth I have. And there will be two more coming that I will mince and then put it with the veggies. Okay, I start to have this brownish on top, a little bit of charcoal. So those will be ready in a minute to go in the big pot. And to my onions, I will add mushrooms, saute a few minutes, and then on the end, towards the end, I will add minced garlic. I always add garlic towards the end because I do not want to burn it. Once you burn your garlic, it will be bitter and it will spoil your whole meal. Okay, those mushrooms go in with the sweet onions. And my carrots ready to go in the big pot. Carrots take the longest to cook and become soft, so they go first. Same pan, a little bit of olive oil, and my bell pepper is ready to go in. Same thing until I see that little charcoal on top of them. Okay, pot with carrots and celery sticks and garlic, and here those bell peppers have this nice charcoal around them, so those are ready. I can turn it off. And here, almost time to add the minced garlic. Many times when I roast the veggies before I put them in soup, I like to put some spices on. But with the Italian sausage, it already has seasoning in, and I'm not sure how salty it is. So I don't want to put any extra right now. Once everything is in that pot, on the end, I will taste it and then decide if I need more salt. Right now, no salt. So time for the garlic. And I will lower my heat here because I want it to simmer with mushrooms and onions, not burn. Again, burnt garlic becomes bitter, very bitter. Mushrooms are ready and they can go into that big pot. Time for the sausage. So I want to slice it, pretty thin slices, and I will come closer to show you what I'm doing. And this is how thin or thick my slices are. It will take a couple minutes on high. The only thing I want to see here is a tiny bit of that charcoal again. Okay, and the carrots were in for like 15 minutes, so they are softer. I can also put the bell peppers. And the last thing here from the veggies that I need to put on a pan is that spinach. And I will be using the same pan because I want that flavor from the sausage to mix with the spinach. So now what I can do is put some black pepper, no salt, black pepper, and a little bit of that chili crunch, no salt. On spinach pretty quick, couple minutes, I can set it aside. Now time for the beans. So I have rinsed those because of course in cans you have lots of salt and sodium, and I don't need that extra salt and sodium. So I rinse those and now I can put it in that soup. And remember I told you diced tomatoes with green chilies. Well, that will thicken my soup a little bit, but also add some flavor to it. Those green chilies and fire roasted tomatoes. I love fire roasted tomatoes. Every time I have diced tomatoes in recipe, I choose fire roasted. So what I want to do is add a little bit of that broth to it. It's easier for the blender. Okay, and then just put it in. And now with orzo. If you would like to get orzo in that pot and cook together with all the veggies, you can do it. But remember one thing, you have to pay attention to it and not be busy with anything else, because if you overcook the pasta, the soup will be very mushy, just like mashed potatoes. Orzo needs to be kind of al dente, just like rice. Rice, whatever the package says, 12 minutes, cook it 9. If the package says 10 minutes, cook it 7, 8. Don't overcook it, because that pasta and rice, two things, will still cook a little bit, even if you turn off the pot. So I want to cook it separately today. I have other things to do, and another dog my neighbor asked to babysit. So I rather cook it separately to make sure my pasta is cooked the right way and my soup won't be mushy. With this said, I let it simmer for another 10 minutes or so, and then spinach and make it thicker with some cream, and soup will be done. Okay, now the spinach can go in. I put it last because it's really a couple minutes. Spinach is soft and ready. You don't need much more to it. And the last thing is to cream my soup. So what I want to do to cream that soup is to use heavy whipping cream, about a cup, and then 3 tablespoons of flour, a little bit of that broth from the pot, and then I mixed it all. And now I can pour it into that soup. I have tasted that soup, and yes, I was so right not to put any salt because it is salty enough. But now I can put some thyme, pinch of Italian seasoning. If you want your soup and you like spicy things, you can add some red pepper flakes. And that chili crunch. I love this seasoning. Became my favorite. So much flavor in that. And soup is done. Ready to eat. Lunch is coming. Okay, some of you who love Parmesan cheese, you can shred some on it and enjoy this yummy lunch or dinner. And again, thank you for watching. Hi again. I have decided to put a little clip together for those of you who are wondering why I have this bump on my hand. And when I move my hand, it becomes bigger or smaller, it moves around. This is a ruptured muscle, and I know it's very visible. I have it because I was in a car accident about 5.5 years ago, and I do not remember the accident. I woke up in a hospital couple days later, and slowly things were coming together. I am very thankful I do not remember it, because I might be afraid of driving, and I feel comfortable driving a car right now. My husband and I, we were just driving on a main street, and someone was coming from a side street, not paying attention to the stop sign, driving pretty fast, straight into our car. The car was damaged, not drivable. I had broken ribs. Some of my backbones were cracked. That was the other thing, the ruptured muscle. And of course, bruises. The worst thing though was I was pregnant, 5 months pregnant with my daughter. And at the time in the hospital, my husband was told by the doctors that my chances of survival are about 10%. And for my daughter, probably 0. So that was the worst thing, the stress. The rest of the pregnancy, I had to sleep on that hospital bed in my own house, not laying down, but kind of sitting, and just worried about how the baby's doing, if the baby's going to be okay or not. Even today, with all the technology, nobody can tell you 100% if you're gonna have a healthy baby after something like this or not. But she is. She is just a bunch of energy, crazy little girl. She cannot sit still. She keeps me on my toes. So again, if you wonder why I'm so skinny and I do eat everything I bake, because I run after her morning till night. So she gives me all the exercise I need. I don't need any gym. I have gym at home. If I wanted to fix that muscle, I could. The doctor can sew the muscle together, and it will take about 6 to 8 weeks, me being in a cast. So I'll be exchanging my bump for a scar, and for me this is not worth it. It doesn't hurt me, it doesn't bother me. There are more important things in life than, little something like this. And I decided it's okay, I can live with that. But again, I know it's visible, and some of you might wonder, like, what is this? So this is the explanation. That's why I have this bump, and it's gonna stay with me until the day I die. I'm happy I'm alive right now, because like I said, 10% chances of survival, and for my baby 0. I'm thankful I'm alive. I'm pretty healthy. I love the baking, I love the cooking, and I have 2 healthy children. So there's lots to be thankful for. Just wanted to let you know why, and wish you a great day, great weekend, and happy baking. Thank you.